together to share their strength through really real life stories. It isn't about some flashy woman that none of us can even begin to relate to, but only live vicariously through, or the women that accomplish one certain thing to become who she is today. This is about the unity of women of all colors, all identifications, all sizes, and all roles being their true, raw selves on the daily. This is a celebration of all the things, small things, big things, and especially in between things. I've gotten to a place in my life where every time I hear the phrase, in order to be a strong woman, or what the definition of a strong woman is by society's standards, it usually makes my stomach roll. Can't we just talk about the strength it takes just to be a woman? The multiple hats we're required to wear, the consistent interchange due to other women, the workplace, children, lack thereof, relationships with others, and of course, our constant internal dialogue. What happens when strong women start defining themselves by no one else's standards? I mean, what happens when we remove the dynamic of a patriarchal system teaching women that we were always meant to be second? What happens when we start to dissect traumas, old belief systems, and mean girl realities, and just realize that any woman is a strong woman? Why do we have to live up to so many standards that were created way before women were allowed to have opinions? Why are our daughters' dresses still being measured at a high school dance? And why, as free women, are we still allowing it? How are fathers still teaching their daughters that they look like sluts if they show their midriff? And why do some women that have rich husbands gravitate to other wives with rich husbands only to talk poorly about each other's bodies? And for that matter, why in 2019 are we still talking or saying things about other women behind their back anyway? Have we not grown to be strong enough to have these conversations face to face? Why did people, aka women, look at me like I was nasty or didn't care how their stares might affect me when I was 435 pounds? Why do they judge my daughter in her weight? She's 11. Why are we still telling our daughter at a certain size they can't show their midriff or wear certain clothes? And why do we get mad when a fat girl is happy? Why, when I go to the gym every night, do women stare at me, whisper, and make hand motions about my size and laugh and expect that that would be a safe environment for me to want to go and work harder? You don't get a guide for being a sudden single mom of a suicidal husband. And you don't get a guide for living with a raging alcoholic that gambles your life away. You don't get a guide on how to walk into your business only to find out your business partner has not paid 6 months worth of rent, but the money is still somehow missing. You don't get a special diet for finding out your husband is having sex with a skinny girl. And why do we tell each other that our butts look fat in jeans? I am 43, I am 6 feet tall, I have a full figure, but my butt will always look fat in jeans. I've been through a divorce, a dead husband, pushed out 2 big old babies, and gained 235 pounds from the deepest depression that one woman could wade through. I also lived in Louisiana, where food and booze is fun and culture. I fell into a deep depression, and by others' opinions, I got fat. However, I didn't lose value at any point. As a matter of fact, I gained value because of the things that I've had to patiently and not so beautifully overcome. I was never a heavy, chubby, of size, or voluptuous child or teenager. My struggle came later in life when I had to start taking medication for mental health concerns. I ate my feelings when my ex-husband verbally abused me. I ate my feelings when my dad told me what a crap job I was doing on a regular basis. I ate my feelings when my mom so carefully and patiently said, "Honey, we're starting to worry about your weight." I ate big, beautiful cakes because they felt better than another lonely night, wondering why I was all of a sudden staying at home and being run out of my business because my ex was hiding the fact he was gambling everything away. And so what? How is that bothering you, any of you? When you go back through history, full-figured women were considered royalty. They were viewed as wealthy, healthy, and deeply desired women. And when do we start to accept that media is still praising clothing and lingerie companies for finally adding a size 14? Which, by clothing definition, is still not plus sized. This shouldn't be celebrated. It should be the normal. Look, I just want to say this. Women, you're still raising daughters that point at little girls that do not look like the others in magazines. You're still raising daughters that laugh at other girls for being heavy. You are teaching them it's okay to call little girls fat cows, curvy Barbie dolls, and muddy little pigs. You want to know how I know? I know because my daughter came home every day last year and then the beginning of this year sobbing that her best friends she played with every weekend, friends that were welcome in my home, friends that spent the night with us, friends that I treated with love and compassion, understanding, and even trips to the mall, poked fun at her and made her feel worthless because you can somehow justify it in your home. You're raising weak women. You are raising them to go against their power because our power is in unity. I strongly believe that our social systems depends on the separation. Because I'm going to tell you, if I saw a huge crowd of angry mothers coming towards me, it'd put the fear of God in me. We are precious gifts that were made by a creator that took the time to give each one of us beautiful, different bodies, different features, strong differences of opinions, all shapes and sizes and colors with talents so that we could finally choose to unite and we would be an unstoppable force. But no, what are we doing? Looking in the mirror and hating our one and only body. And look, I get it. I understand the health factors and the complications that obesity can bring to the table. But it's getting to be a bigger social issue in a time when we just know better than to be cruel. Case in point, 2 weeks ago, myself, my dear friend, and my daughter went out to eat in this sweet little country diner. We all order our dinner and beautiful plates of food come out. We're all women of size by society standards. My daughter even says to me, "Mom, that's enough food for several meals." It was no different than any other 11-year-old's menu in the world. It was chicken tenders, steamed broccoli, and fruit. And I had liver and greens with a salad and no dressing, and my friend had chicken, green beans, and mashed potatoes with gravy. Throughout our entire dinner, this elderly woman sat and stared at my daughter as she ate. It was so bad that we could all feel how uncomfortable it was. My daughter took 3 bites of her dinner and then said, I'm not hungry anymore. Obviously, I could tell something was big time wrong. She then cowered into herself, covering her belly. Not that I have to justify this, but my daughter is in the gym swimming 4 days a week. She plays basketball for her school, and she's become conscious of what she eats by choice. She's also 11, 5'4", and has a woman's size 11 shoe. She's breathtaking, but her self-esteem is shot. No matter how many hours I spend building her up, giving her the own yourself baby speech. Tell her people who treat you like that are weak and see something wrong with themselves inside. Yet she still feels fat and judged because mothers are still raising girls to be judgmental and cruel to girls who are heavier than them. Mothers, if you were looking in the mirror in front of your daughters and saying, "I'm fat, I need to lose weight. God, my jeans don't feel like they used to. Look how skinny she is. Man, I wish I was that thin." You are teaching your children to be more focused on the outside than the inside. How much pressure are we putting on ourselves and our girls to maintain this mentality? How much emotional damage are we doing in the long run to always feel like we can't have that cake or cookie because some impossible standard media and communities place on us via Photoshop make us feel like crap? Want to be healthy? Yes. Let's use that language with our daughters every day. Want to see how strong you can make your body? Yes. Say that. Want your body to be in a certain condition to say, I want to run further. I want to be able to live longer, to see my grandchildren. Then yes, by all means, use that. But please stop teaching our girls that fat means less than, or not beautiful, or that, as my daughter has been told, you need to just go die now, you fat cow, before you get any bigger. And yes, moms out there, your daughters have learned that behavior. I'm sick of standards I'm boxed into. I love the gym. I love it because it's my disconnect place, my space I can put my headphones in and work out all the anxieties I carry naturally, medically, and environmentally. I don't judge my body anymore to others because my body has been a warrior for me. It has housed the growth of my amazing children alive and those lost in miscarriages. It has allowed me to run miles upon miles. It holds me upright every day. It's lost and gained mass amounts of weight 3 times now. It has sustained the abuse of being bound, girdled, and spoken to like it was garbage. It's taken more than one man beating me from the time I was 10. It has survived preeclampsia my son and I lived through. It has deep scars from self-harm, from childhood trauma, and coping with a covert narcissist. It has resumed and worked again after alcohol abuse, from coping with domestic violence, and it keeps going even after the sugar and nutrition abuse. I have skin that will always hang because I'm a single mother of 2 that got a jokeful $300 a month as child support. Even working, I could never afford surgery. I have dimples in my legs and in my butt. It's from people telling me, good job for losing all that weight. That's amazing. Instead of saying, holy crap, you are so healthy now. Let me tell you something. Skinny does not equate healthy. And all you have to do is look up the statistics of anorexia and bulimia. Let's think about heroin, crystal meth, and long-term cocaine addicts. Those bodies are thin, but are they healthy? I want us as women to love ourselves more than advertisements, Instagram filters, Facebook dog ears, and movie stars. I want us as women to resolve the voice inside that tells us to judge curvy, heavy women, and to turn that back on yourself to say, what do I need to heal within that makes me want to be cruel to another woman? I want us to empower each other to heal traumas that may be causing an unhealthy relationship with ourselves or food, instead of making it worse for us all. When we start to redefine our strength from the inside, the outside is sure to follow. Not that outside should ever matter past being healthy. We need to feel the rays of inner sunshine from our souls versus our abs. Eat a cupcake. Drink a cocktail. Have some bread. Stop depriving yourself from the healing you deserve to resolve the constant battle that you have with weight or weight loss. You are imperfectly, perfectly you. You are not made to look alike because we are masterful works of art that were meant to bring individual worth so that our communities of women can be well-rounded, spirit-filled, wonderfully wild, and embracingly unified. Why do we tear our bodies down? Because we were taught to. Let's stop this with that next generation. And let's heal the generation before us so that we can all know that every woman is an insatiably strong woman.